Hi, this is Katie with askSlim. Each week our Level 4 Plus members have the benefit of being able to request analysis on two symbols of their choice. One of our members recently requested analysis on this utility company, American Waterworks. Let's walk through the weekly chart. On the bottom, we have cycle brackets, which are a drawing tool that helps us identify the energies in the market. American Waterworks has a 36-bar dominant weekly cycle broken into two minor half cycles, and these purple vertical lines represent where the actual cycle lows formed relative to the average. I can draw out some of these cycles so that you can clearly see those energies. Now let's focus in on these past few cycles and talk about a couple important aspects of cycle analysis: configuration and translation. Cycle configuration can be positive or negative. A positively configured cycle is one that ends higher in price than where it began. These two cycles are positively configured. Translation refers to where in the cycle its peak forms. When a cycle peak forms early in the cycle, that's called a left-hand translation, and when the cycle peak forms late in the cycle, that's called a right-hand translation. Generally speaking, right-hand translations are bullish. That's because you've used up most of the cycle rallying and not left much time to correct. It's a condition where the market is showing you that there is an upward pushing energy that keeps the stock price rising throughout much of the cycle. This cycle right here is an example of a positively configured cycle with a right-hand translation. Notice that the cycle ends higher than price than where it began, and notice that the cycle peaked over here on the right-hand side. There were only a few weeks left in the cycle for a correction, and when it came, we only got down to the top of this support zone. Now let's talk about left-hand translations. Generally speaking, left-hand translations are bearish. That's because when you form a high early in the cycle, the market is showing you that the upward pushing energy is no longer there. And since you've peaked early in the cycle, that means there's a long time left in the cycle for that weakness to manifest itself. We can get sideways consolidations or even breakdowns. This cycle right here is an example of a negatively configured cycle with a left-hand translation. Of course, the cycle isn't done yet, but that is the way that it's shaping up. Notice that the cycle is lower in price than where it began, and notice that the cycle peaked over here on the left-hand side. We got a bearish engulfing candlestick, momentum turned negative, and we broke through the cycle low support. And we've been declining into this time period now when we would expect a mid-cycle low to form in mid to late March. Because we broke through the cycle low support and are negatively configured, we would expect any rallies to make it only up into this resistance area before failing again and declining into the cycle bottom time period out in July to early August. Momentum on askSlim weekly charts is represented with the reversal scout. That's this green and purple ribbon you see running through the chart. Notice how it turned negative here where the cycle peak formed and is still negative with a steep downward slope. We're targeting this major 50% fib level at about $140, and if it gets below that, there's another level down here at $131. Let us take a quick glance at the daily chart. Notice that we're early in the rising phase of this new cycle on the daily chart, but because of where we are on the weekly chart and with momentum negative in both time frames, if American Waterworks gets up into this resistance zone from about 152.30 to 157.30, it would be a sell zone, and our target would be that $140 area on the weekly chart. Notice that we are getting a momentum continuation signal to the downside on the slim ribbon PO. If you would like to learn more about cycle analysis and some of our proprietary indicators, please do visit our website at askSlim.com. Thank you for listening and have a great day.